true story. I had to get out of this. I figured out I can't get a divorce. I don't think I'm going to get this marriage annulled. Well, the reasons for divorce in New York were very strict. One of the couples, the only cause for divorce was if either a woman or a man had sex with somebody else outside
Adultery.
of marriage. Adultery. That was that's it. No other grounds. That was it. I wasn't about to do that. And I don't know how I got my information, but I went to my parents and I told them I had to get out of this marriage. I had to come up with a really good reason.
Mm-hmm.
So my father said, why? And I said, because.
He's bored.
No, I said, because he's a homosexual.
Oh my God, that was your reason?
He's a homosexual man. Because I knew my father was absolutely
A homophobe.
he was homophobic.
Mm.
You've got to get out of this marriage. He said, you've got to get out of that's terrible. That's awful. Oh, and
I never knew this.
Yeah.
he went and he found a lawyer who could get the marriage terminated in one of the western states. I keep thinking of Atlanta, but I don't even know if it was Atlanta. There's some place where I had to fly for a night, say that, and what excuse did I have to give? That I wanted children, but my husband refused to have them. And so he annulled the marriage on those grounds. So the whole thing had nothing to do with the reality of the situation. But the marriage was annulled, and I never wanted to discuss it. I never wanted to tell anybody about it. I'm ashamed of it.
This is the first time I've heard about it, by the way.
So then, shortly after that, not terribly long, because now I was still back in the house, and I was working at Slenderella, which is the place where they have the machines. You know, the women would get skinny by lying on a machine. So the machine would go this way, bop, 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 bop. They did that for 6 minutes. Then the machine would go this way, da, 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 and that was for about 6 minutes. Then the machines would go this way, and then that way, and that way. There were about 6, and when this was you could exercise without having to do exercise. The machine was doing all the exercising for you and stretching all the muscles. You didn't have to exercise. So I had to take care of 12 machines. And each machine had 6 positions, and there was a pause in between the exercises. The machine would stop, and the women would yell, "Give me a boost!" mean turn the wheel to move to the next position. So
you were a booster.
So I was a booster. So every time that somebody needed a boost, I would bend down, turn the machine, boost, bend down, turn the machine, bend down, turn the machine. So I was operating 12 machines. I was bending down 72 times every 6 minutes.
So
You
you
were in
got
great
very
shape.
fit.
I got so stiff. I never looked better. Did any of the
So
women
Slenderella
shake?
works.
So it really worked for me. It worked. It was a really wonderful thing. I lost all my baby fat. I looked terrific. And then that's when I started to meet some other men, and I got a call from Jack, the children's father, and then we met. The rest is
Wait, you have to tell the story about you may not be the prettiest woman.
Oh well, that's when we were married because we
This is my father, the romantic.
Oh God.
it was not a good marriage. It was not a good marriage.
Yeah, but give that punchline. That's a good one.
So we would fight a lot. So one night we were in Florida. We went out to dinner on the Key we were on the Keys, and we went out to dinner to a lovely restaurant. And we're trying to behave and not fight. And Jack turns to me and he says, he says, "You may not be the prettiest woman I ever met." He said, "But I think you're the smartest." So I said to him, "You're the handsomest." I thought that was pretty good. But it was very different kinds of people, for very different kinds of background. And this is not my life history, so we don't have to continue with this.
No, but you did stuff. I mean, to be fair, you did stuff that makes a lot of careers for women possible now. I mean, you were really a trailblazer.
She was
Yeah.
actually trying to get the hell out of the
I mean,
house.
I was
Yeah.
trying- well, if you lived in my house, you'd try to get out of it too.
And listen, I was trying too.
so was I.
So,
Pam became a physician.
yes. Well, sometimes bad marriages breed self-reliant children. they have to get out and take care of themselves. But, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, it's that. I'm gonna go see if that's a murder out there.
You want to shut that off?
Sure. This is Naomi. Just I wasn't getting it all. But there's Naomi. That's Ona's granddaughter.